is Devon, and I'm here to tell you today why you should all take a hike.
Huh.
I've taken hundreds of hikes myself, including some of New England's hardest all-day mountain range hikes, including the Franconia Notch Ridgeline hike and the Hope Trail on Mount Cardigan. Hiking is one of my favorite ways to get exercise because it's a good moderate to intense aerobic workout and be a fun time in the process. Independent studies have been conducted to prove there are many additional benefits, including mental health benefits to walking outside in nature, in addition to the physical health benefits you get from the action of hiking. More importantly to me, however, hiking is like a little mini vacation wherever I choose to go. There's nothing more satisfying to me than working hard, walking up a mountain, to get glimpses of a view where you finally get to the point of the summit and you can see everything around you. Hiking is a great physical, mental, and fun activity that can be done year-round and with whoever you like. According to GoodHiker.com, hiking for at least 150 minutes each week is considered a healthy amount of moderate to intense aerobic exercise. The nature of hiking is that most of the time you're actually working pretty damn hard to be going up the mountain. Depending on how high the mountain is, you can be walking uphill for 10 minutes or 8 hours. If you're looking for a good way to exercise that isn't boring like walking on a treadmill or running down the street that you drive down every single day, then hiking is a great way to get that exercise. To start off, it's best to begin with casual hiking or nature trails that have a minimal elevation gain so that you can get acclimated to walking over roots, up rocks, and climbing over like steep edges and things. Once you have a couple small hills or nature trails under your belt, or you've hiked before, the next step is to start climbing some mountains. There are a massive variety of mountains around us in New Hampshire, including some that are like 20 minutes away in Goffstown, such as North and South Uncanunic, and Mount Major, Blue Jobs are all mountains very close to us. Short hikes are fun because you get the view from the summit with a decent amount of exercise to accompany it. While most everyone can join in and enjoy the trip. For the people who want to get a little more exercise out of their hikes, then hiking one of New Hampshire's 48 4,000 plus foot mountains is a good challenge. With taller mountains come many different challenges, and hikers should be wary of them and be fully prepared to hike. When I did Franconia Notch Ridge Trail and hiked Mount Lafayette, Lincoln, and Liberty in one day, it took 8 hours to get to the last mountain summit. Before I ascended the mountain at 7 o'clock in the morning, the parking lot was 65 degrees and sunny. But halfway up the mountain, I found myself putting my winter coat on, a scarf, and eventually ice spikes on my boots to maintain traction. I saw people running by me wearing t-shirts, sneakers, and shorts, and told each one of them to be careful because I saw how bad the conditions were up ahead. Once you've walked up at 75-degree maximum incline with 3 feet of ice and nothing to hold on to for 6 out of 8 hours of the hiking, you haven't really been exhausted from a workout. At the top of the mountain, the thermometer that stuck in the ground read 10 degrees. My phone said there was a wind chill of negative 21 due to the 70-mile-per-hour winds. Although the hike was exhausting and it took nearly half the day, the view from the top was like nothing I had seen before. The hike was great, but the temperature wasn't, so I began walking across the ridgeline to the next 2 mountains as fast as possible. In my opinion, there is no exercise or activity that compares to hiking in any way because you can work as hard as you want to work. Hiking reduces stress, anxiety, and can even reduce the chance of more serious issues like depression and schizophrenia. A Stanford-led study finds quantifiable evidence that walking in nature could lead to a decreased risk of depression. The study also shows that hiking can reduce stress and anxiety because when people are outside and exposed to nature and forests, natural hormones are released into the brain that increase serotonin, dopamine, and other receptors' effectiveness. Essentially, by walking around between some trees and plants, humans are naturally made happier and less irritable than if they're confined indoors most of the time, or even more dramatically happier if they're from the city. People that live in cities are 20% more likely to develop mental illness, such as anxiety disorder or mental disorders such as depression. There has also been a significant increase in schizophrenia evident among people living in cities and metropolitan areas. If you live in an urban area or find yourself weighed down by anxiety, depression, or even distress, taking a hike in the woods can be one of the best things for your mental health. Hiking is an activity that can be very broad, however, each individual can hike the way they like to have more fun. Lots of people hike with large groups or even hike at night to make the experience more enjoyable and fun. My favorite aspect about taking a hike isn't exactly the exercise itself, but for reducing stress. I always know I'll have a good time. Even though climbing mountains like Lafayette that are over 5,000 feet tall can be exhilarating, some of my favorite hikes that I do countless times each year are right in my hometown of Nottingham. Pawtuckaway State Park is home to over 150 trails that span 115 miles through Nottingham, Raymond, and Deerfield. There is a cave with glow-in-the-dark moss that goes hundreds of feet into the side of the North Mountain. There are 3 mountains to hike total, one with a fire tower, and many other cool places to walk to enjoy the scenery. Places like Pawtuckaway are all over New Hampshire, and finding those places are half the fun. Samantha Clayton, a hiking blogger and writer, says there is something about discovering new trails and being outside that is fun. Taking time out of your busy day to connect with friends while doing activities such as hiking can improve your mood. Hiking is an activity that can be enjoyed by just about anybody, and it is great exercise for body, brain, and it's a lot of fun. Hiking has been proven to be an incredibly healthy way to get good moderate intensity aerobic exercise because it develops just about every muscle in your body. Being outside and in nature is also very important to mental health because it reduces stress, anxiety, and can even help people with depression or schizophrenia. People that live in cities can benefit even more from taking walks in nature and hiking because they are far more susceptible to the mental disorders associated with stresses of being in an urban environment. Finally, the last reason everyone in the room should go hiking is that I guarantee you'll have a good time if you're well prepared and with people you like being around. Hiking is a great activity, but it's one that many people will never have the motivation to try, which is why you should all give it a chance and take some free time to go outside and walk around.
Nice.